information you have to present to your manager. It should be like, you should mention them like in the email. You have to mention, if I am the manager, then you should say as hi Prashant, submission for the position Java backend developer, and then you have to mention here the client name. This credit acceptance is here, it is a sample, okay? Whatever client is there, you should mention the client's name, and in front of that you have to mention the candidate's name. What is the candidate name you are submitting? That candidate's name should be there. Then what information is required to submit the candidate to the manager? Number one is candidate's legal name. Why it is mentioned as a legal name? Most of the times, if the candidate is from southern India, right, they are having 4 words like Naga, Kumar, Krishna, Kumar. So in that cases, it is very difficult for client to gauge American client. They are very confused, because you will submit like Murli Vijay and afterwards you will tell Murli Vijay Kumar. Then they are confused. That is not the same candidate, they will say. Due to that reason, whatever legal name is mentioned on the passport or visa copy, that you have to mention here as a candidate legal name. After that, what is the current location of that candidate? You have to mention always. The phone number, that is cell phone number, you have to mention here. If there is any alternate number also, you can mention. And one more is email ID, personal email ID of that candidate. Candidate pay rate, whatever candidate pay rate you have discussed with the candidate. Also, what is the rate confirmation you have got from the email from the candidate, that you have to mention the hourly pay rate here. Skype ID, if that candidate is having Skype ID, you have to mention there. Every client nowadays expects LinkedIn ID to verify their employment. So that LinkedIn ID should be there. Last 4 digits of SSN. What is SSN? SSN is nothing but social security number. And any recruiter cannot ask full SSN from the candidate, and nobody will provide it at the initial stage. So you can mention them that you need last 4 digits of SSN and they can provide you. Passport number. If the candidate is not providing you passport number, means there is some problem. Most of the times chances of fake candidate, because if you get the passport number, you can fetch the I-94 details. I-94 is nothing but travel history of the candidate. When the candidate went to US, when the candidate came to India, everything you can find there. So passport number, most of the very good candidates will provide you. They are confident about their entries, I-94 entries. Total experience. Now what happens is, people will come from different countries, not only India, right? Whatever experience they are having in other countries also, we have to consider as experience. But total experience, how much they are having, you have to know. And relevant experience also we can understand in that technology. Work authorization is nothing but it is a visa copy. Means, what is the work authorization? Visa they are having. US citizen, green card, H1B, whatever it is, you have to mention here. Pay rate already mentioned, so you have to mention here. And availability to join the project. Candidate availability to join the project. So how soon the candidate is available to join the project? If the candidate has already finished the project, they can join immediately. And if the candidate is on project, and if they are saying 2 weeks, because sometimes your clients are expecting the candidate to join in 1 week or 2 weeks. So minimum to complete background test and drug test, you will take 2 weeks of time. So ultimately, availability to join the project, you should ask the candidate. Availability for interview, internal technical screening, what they will give you, you have to check with the candidate. Other than that, in the submission format, what you have to take care. If the candidate is from another vendor, it's not on your payroll, like US citizen, green card and TNR individual consultants. But other than that, if you find H1B, OPT EAD, H4 EAD, GCA EAD, they are working with some employers, right? They are on another company's payroll. In that case, that company's recruiter's details you have to have, so that your manager will know from which company that resume is submitted. Contact name, designation, company name, phone, email, LinkedIn. Summary is about that candidate. You have to write 5 to 6 lines about that candidate, why that resume is a good resume for the client. means like what skills client has mentioned, how much years of experience that candidate is having, you have to mention here. If that candidate is having any certifications, they have to mention under certifications, and they have to mention technical video interview screening time. If your company is following internal screening in the company, you have to take that time. Otherwise, if not, then it is not required. After that, submission attachments. What submission attachments you should do whenever you do the submission to your manager? Number one is formatted resume. Some of the clients like Capgemini, they need resume in their format. Some of the BCBS or NFCU, they are having their own format. So for these type of clients, you have to format the resume in their format, client format, and you have to submit. Visa copy means work authorization copy, you have to take it from candidate. American citizens will, most of the probably, they will not provide you visa copy. Other than that, everybody will provide. DL copy means driving license copy. If the candidate is not having driving license, they are having identification card. So they will send you the copy of that to validate photograph as well as their date of birth. After that, work authorization copy, already you know, means visa copy and work authorization copy is the same. Okay, so especially H1B, GC, EAD, H4 EAD or GC, please do not ask visa copy to US citizens. I-94 copy, travel history. So travel history is all about like, you know, when that person went from India, when he arrived in US, what is the travel history from there, when he went to US, and again on which work authorization he went, and then he came back to India. So all these details we need to validate their education, years of experience. Otherwise, lot of fake resume are there in the fake resume are there in US. So to identify that, we have to see all I-94 copies and their years of experience, what they have mentioned in the resume. So hope this information will be very helpful for you in USITStaffing. Thank you. Again, we are going to see other work authorization, visa types, trainings in next video. Thank you.